next presenter, Juancho.
I'm very happy to be here. I'm very grateful to you because of this opportunity. I didn't know about these seminar sessions, and I couldn't be joined to the first one last week, and I'm very happy to be among such eminent authors, and I'm so glad that you invited me to share my what I'm doing now, and I'm here to learn from you as I've been learning these two sessions. I'm very happy that I can do this. I am Mexican. I work in the National University, and I had a first book that was published in Spanish around 2 years ago, and I call it Critical Social Cybernetics, what I'm doing. I hope to have some writing in English very soon, because I'm joining trying to keep my thoughts joined. So well, what I want to I don't know how to see the chat, if I'm watching the chat. Yes, to hear. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. In social cybernetics, we are.
You just click the slide.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In social cybernetics, we are interdisciplinary research group where we come from two epistemological elements that remain to the social systems and the cybernetic paradigm. I am aware, and we have discussed many times there, about the difficulties to apply systems theory to social systems, or to applying system understanding in social sciences. But we are trying to follow an idea, an analogical idea, that by using the cybernetic paradigm and the system theory, we can help to understand it and to explain some social phenomena. Barron, who is an important author in social cybernetics, he has explained many difficulties that we have in social cybernetics to know what we are working in, and if there is like a line or something. He has developed like 3 different predominant approaches, and well, as you can see in the Journal of Social Cybernetics, there are many quantitative research, or many qualitative research too, and some, as me, we work more from a philosophical approach. So yes, there are some social cybernetics related to data, but it is not my case, because I like more the epistemologies of social cybernetics. This group is very interdisciplinary. It's very plural, and what Jaime Marcuello has said about it is that what is our identity, our membership, is that we as a group perceive the need to do a different science, social science, and attempting to deal somehow with the increasing complexity of social systems. And well, we try to work with it. No, it's what I do is an application, because I arrived late to social cybernetics and to cybernetics. I used to study philosophy, what in the area that now I understand is called somehow critical theory, whatever that means. And well, all I want to say now is that the critical theory I work with is very far from the Habermas perspective. We are dealing with different kind of power problems, and we do not think that is mainly a problem of rationality, but a problem of consciousness. So, my dear sensei, Bernard Scott, we have many discussions, and every year, once a year, we miss that this year because of the pandemic, but we are trying to understand how conscious can we make decisions, on how, if we have a window of opportunity, or if we really make rational choices, or if we are only reproducing something that is inside social systems or psychic systems. And well, Bernard, he delivered a paper a couple of years ago about this problem of consciousness, about he said that consciousness is something about the knowing can be with another and with oneself. He's also following the authors that are in the slide. But basically what is trying to show is that that social cybernetic understandings of consciousness can give an ethical guidance. And I think that this is the main point of what is my attempt of creating a social cybernetic, critical social cybernetic, which is this ethical guidance. And the way Bernard's put it in this paper is about healing, about understanding that our social systems are not healthy, and we need to somehow to do something with them. We have to understand that if we, the main problem of social systems is that if we think that social systems is like an automatic reproduction or a natural functioning of systems, then it is difficult to work with them, because we very easily we will fail to offer an alternative, because we will say that the system works like that, and that's it. And then so if we want to hear systems, psychic systems, social systems, and within the social systems, and understanding perfectly how poetic can be this characterization of social systems. But for example, within the education system, what can we do to improve it, to adapt it? And specifically, I work with the media system. I'm studying it to try to see how it how agency work within it, or if everything is just reproduction. So I come from critical theory. My teacher in Mexico was Pablo González Casanova, who also wrote a book about a very important book in Spanish, warning about the complexity theories and system theories, using this conclusion that was mentioned just a minute ago. But what he was saying is basically that system theory and complexity theories, without the critical reflection, can become an instrument of certain hegemonic groups to control others. And so the main critical aspect of this critical social cybernetics is how this reproduction works, and if we have certain agency to do something, on how domination works, how control works, how subordination works. And so I try to problematize power transfers that take place within the system. And my main challenge is not to consider them as natural processes, but as human creations. So I come from a constructivist paradigm. I use systems theory. I try to apply cybernetic tools to study how concepts from critical theory, such as dispositives, alienation, reification, how these concepts work to explain the reproduction of ideological functioning in benefit of certain hegemonic processes, institutions, and social actors in different levels, scales, situations, to try to understand that many decisions that we make can be somehow forced by the context, but also, of course, there are many decisions we make. So I have prepared this slide. What I'm trying to study now is I'm coming from the assumption that social systems need power for function. I don't consider power as a problem. It happens. It is occurring all the time. And what we are trying to do is to create something that helps to understand how this power works, using the tools and the vocabulary, the concepts of systems theory and social cybernetics. But the main phenomena I study they come all from critical theory. The first, I will try not to be too long on this. The first is the problem of subordination, especially voluntary subordination. What we have understood is that the subordination is something that we do to gain identity, to gain membership. So from the very beginning, the child needs to know the different roles of authority in the family or the group he belongs to. And so, when we are working with media, it is very common to have many problems about understanding membership. And even now, for example, politics are a field of challenges related to identities, and which is something very strange because it's identities are gained precisely by subordination. So we do not know exactly how this is working, because there is not a pure ideological debate in the political arena, but a problem of identities. The other is a control, which we usually use the word regulation. How can we regulate the world, govern, manage, administrate? How can we make some regulations on topics such as freedom of speech, for example? So we are talking about social networks, and we are understanding now that the challenge is that the president of the United States at that moment could be censored and silenced because of a rule of a small corporation compared to the power of the president of this nation. So there are many issues related to these problems of regulation and control. Violence, which is a very complex topic, but what I will mention here very fast is that we distinguish physical violence from symbolic violence, from systemic violence. The first one, the physical one, is the obvious violence, that is related to a physical aggression that can be identified, and certain clear actor commits a clear action of violence against a clear victim. But the second one is more difficult, because it's about symbolic stances, and it takes discourses, narratives. And the third one, systemic violence, is about normality, about how normality is constructed, how violent can be normality for certain people, certain groups. But also this power is not only about these ugly things, but also is about potential. And I work here with the heroic furors of Heroico Furore from Giordano Bruno, how we do non-rational things for faith, for love, for gaining knowledge, what we do because we know that everything is structured, but somehow we do something that change everything. And also the potential of Spinoza, the fortitude, the inner fortitude. How can we face an ethical situation, not only by knowing what is the right thing to do, such as healing something, but especially by having the character to do it. So the main problem is how to have the character to do the right thing many times. That's the challenge. And I think that this character is also related to this power that keeps systems working, functioning. So both kind of structuring and kind of agency create a window of opportunity, which I try to study in the media system. My main work now is I'm concerned with three main problems of that is Robert Biers. He was worried since the 40s about machines replacing human labor, the problem of interpreting messages, and the problem of the human and social implications of learning machines. So I'm following exactly these three problems as our main challenges to deal with in this 21st century. How I studied it is I'm studying now infodemics, which is a word to be referred not only to fake news, but mainly to the excess of information, how digital and surveillance capitalism is working, about the business, about the corporations, how they are gaining adaptation to learn from us, and how now these new machines, they have more certainty than ever. And at the same time, we as humans are gaining uncertainty. So the more non-human knowledge is, the more certain it is. And the more human it becomes, we have to deal with uncertainty. So here I study issues related to reproduction, change, agency, anticipation, and adaptation in the system, in the media system. And especially now I'm worried about the problems that will arise with artificial intelligence. That is just a few months from here. So my questions, I apologize, I don't have any conclusion. So the questions we have been discussing is about who is going to be the healer and which methods it will be allowed to use. How should we think critically and cybernetically about decisions that affect future societies, such as climate change, epidemics, peace, human rights? How different actors deal with different capacities to make decisions within a system, and how humans, cyborgs, and artificial intelligence machines will cohabit at the end of this century. So, cybernetically, critically, can we think about a robot brain? This is what I wanted to share. I really thank your attention, and all your feedback and comments will be more than welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juan.